Hey, this is Judging Ways bringing you some Evolve gameplay. This is from the open beta that is going on right now on the Xbox One, and this was my first ever full match. So wanted to talk about my first impressions and the game a little bit here in general. Now, as you can see, I am playing Markov. Markov is the damage dealer of the group, and if you're not familiar with Evolve, it's basically you and 3 other people or 4 hunters trying to hunt down somebody playing as the monster. So in theory, this game is really unique and really interesting, has some potential to be a really fun game. And I tell you what, so far I only managed to play a few matches, but I had a lot of fun trying it out. So I definitely, if you have an Xbox One, definitely encourage you to try this game out. So like I said though, I am playing the damage dealer, and basically there are 4 different roles. Everybody on your team has a very unique role to play. So I'm going to try and do as much damage on the monster as possible. I've got my good friends Babs and Broken. Babs is playing the trapper of the group. The trapper of the group can do things like kind of enclose the monster in this force field and keep him trapped there so that all of us can do our thing against him. Broken is playing the support type person. The support type person, I know one of the things that they can do is call down this ordnance or this barrage on the monster. And there is the monster that we're going after, being played by a random on our team. And this guy, or this particular monster, is a Goliath type monster. Now, I think there's only maybe 2 different monsters that you can play in the beta. I know there's going to be more monsters though in the full game, and I could be wrong, there might be more, but I only saw 2 in the limited amount of games that I did play. Now, besides playing Markov, I also played the medic class, and I don't remember the name of that girl that actually is in that class, but with that class, and you can see that little green line coming right to me, basically that person's job is to keep the team alive, and that's very important. Might be the most important class in the game. Now, I don't know if you saw that 2 pop up at the top of the screen. That means that the monster has evolved into a class 2, and there you can see the monster right there. He's showing up as that green. Somebody, I believe the medic, has a tranquilizer gun, and there I just got attacked by a plant. So not only do you have to worry about the plants, but you also have to worry about things in the game. But like I was saying, I believe the medic has a tranquilizer gun that if they shoot that monster, basically that monster will show up and everybody can see him, like you can see right there. So the medic class, pretty interesting. I know the medic also has a sniper rifle, and if that person shoots the monster with a sniper rifle, it will actually show weak spots on the monster that everybody else can shoot and kind of do more damage. Now, as you can see, I pulled out a shield. If you look on the bottom right, all right, the right bumper button, that was the shield that I just used. And I'm using the top middle gun right there. This is this arc damage. As you use it though, you can see that it goes down and needs to be recharged. I also have a left bumper that I can use that actually throws down some arc grenades or some arc mines that if the monster goes over them, obviously they explode. And if I press the B button right now, I could also use my automatic rifle, but as far as I know, this gun right here does the most damage, but I probably should have been using the other different arc mines and the other gun as well. But like I said, this was my first time playing it. Now, if you look at the top of the screen, you can see the person that is actually playing the monster, and I believe the blue bar is his armor and the red bar is his health. I might have those backwards because I think as I'm shooting him, I'm actually doing damage to his health and not really hurting his armor, but I don't know, maybe that's a perk of this weapon. I just don't know that for sure. If you happen to know that, make sure you let me know. But you can play this game if you actually download it. You can actually play a tutorial and actually play as the monster and play as the guy that I'm playing with. And there, you know, you can see when you look at the monster, we're doing some damage on him. You know, he looks discolored, looks like he's got some bruising and some cuts. The graphics on this game are pretty solid, and the movement and everything like that, I didn't notice any problems with it. It's not really clunky or everything. I like the first person nature of this game. So, you know, overall, pretty solid game. But we do a pretty good job in this area. Unfortunately, he ends up getting away. If you saw that little bomb type indicator, that's from the support type person. And right now you see me actually pull out my auto rifle because I was realizing, hey, I need to, you know, put some other damage on this guy besides the actual electric weapon. But the monster, as you can see, got away. Our medic is going to be healing us all up. If you look over on the left hand side as that's going up, that is our actual health. Over on the right hand side, that is our booster pack or a jet pack, you can actually like go really fast in different directions. You can dodge left and right, dodge backwards. But besides that, you can also boost way up into the air. So this is when we found the monster again. Unfortunately, this other creature was getting in the way. You have to be really careful because those other creatures can damage you. There's things that can, you know, eat you in this game. So it's a lot more than just you against the monster. But we managed to get him corralled again. And his armor, that's why I think the top button is his armor. And as you can see, the bottom button, man, we almost have him. We're down to like 10% on this guy. But unfortunately, he kills our trapper, which is played by Babs. And as soon as he does that, he gets out of this area. And then I think he ends up killing our medic right about here, right? Yeah, there, right there. As soon as that happened, I was like, oh no, we're in trouble because I'm almost dead and my friend Broken is almost dead. Now, once you die, you can actually get back into the game. If you look at the top left, there's a countdown timer, and I believe once you die, you have to wait 2 minutes before you can actually drop back into the game. And I could be wrong about that, but as far as I know, that's the case. And I should point out, there's a difference between getting knocked down and actually getting killed. I think Broken actually gets knocked down right here, and then I'm going to get knocked down. But if a person gets knocked down, you can revive them. In fact, I think the dog on our team actually ends up reviving Broken. And I think this is right about the time that I actually get knocked down. But if you were down and the monster kept hitting you or you kept getting damaged, then you can actually get killed. But I get revived right there and actually get a good chunk of my health back. But right now we're following his footsteps. When you get close to the monster, you can see his trail or his tracks. If you end up losing him and you're not close to him, you kind of have to watch for the birds that get disturbed. See those birds, that little red indicator right there? That means that the monster went through that area. So we're on his trail trying to find him. And I think right now we have a person coming back in 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Yeah, and I'm looking for that person to see who it is. And I think it was Babs and maybe somebody else that actually came back in. But I believe they actually kind of parachute down in there. And check this out. The monster catches me by surprise and just ends up going beast mode onto me and destroying me. Kind of like my wife did in Tetris. But there I am down. I'm not fully out, but he's gonna make sure I do go down. But that monster, like I said, that's the Goliath monster. I know he has a flame attack. He also can throw boulders on top of you, can kind of reach them out of the ground and throw them at you. And he also can do this jump attack where he jumps on you. And I think that's what he must have done there. But I'm out of the game. I'm going to have to wait. I think the 2-minute timer comes up here in a minute. But now it's just down to Babs, Mario, and I think Broken just got nailed too. So it's just Babs and Mario and that dog. But this will be a good time though. This game is just different. You know, I love the idea of it because it's just, you know, it is PvP where you are, you know, people playing against people. But there's a whole different strategy involved in this. So there's a whole different dynamic having 4 people on one team, all with different abilities, really having to work well together. I mean, you cannot destroy the monster by yourself. You really have to work well with the team, which is kind of a good thing and it's kind of a bad thing. It's good because it's unique. It's kind of bad because if you play with random people that don't talk, it could be a real struggle. But if, as long as you're playing with some other people, you know, I could see this game being a heck of a lot of fun. So I'm excited to see, I'm excited to play this more and see where it goes. I know too, you can kind of like rank up your guys and kind of customize them to different classes. So I think that's going to help with the longevity of this game. But there is our last player. They actually get taken out by a toad, a giant toad. And that's just kind of a fitting end to this. But that's what I have for you. And what in the world is that cat noise is going on right there? I don't know about that. But as I was saying, you know, I think this game has a lot of potential. That's my first impression. This game has a lot of potential. It's unique and very interesting to me. And I can't wait to play it some more, play it with some more of my friends, because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But if you've had a chance to play this, let me know what you guys think of it. But guys, as always, take care and God bless.